Hey everyone, this is Dark Knight Evan, and we're going to talk about why you're not landing that Salesforce job. One of the number one questions I get is, so I passed my certification, or I have multiple certifications, why can't I find a job? Maybe that's not that you can't find a job, it's that you can't land the job. I normally respond with, how much experience do you have? Where do you live? What are you doing in your current job, or in your last job? And also, what industry do you work in? I ask because your experience does matter. A lot of people think certs equal experience. That is not the case. Certs do not equal experience. I know tons of people who know a lot about Salesforce but don't have a certification. They've just been in the ecosystem for a long time, doing a lot of different types of things within Salesforce, but never got certified. I've heard their argument, yes, prepping for certs helps you learn, but experience is all about doing. Yes, certifications can help you along the process, but they don't tell you that you have the experience. They just state that you should have the experience. What I mean by that is, if you just look at the basic Salesforce Administrator exam here, so you should have at least 6 months or more of experience as a Salesforce admin, and should also be able to do all those tasks that are examined in the outline of the object. If you have been doing this for 6 or more months, great. But most people who get this exam haven't been doing Salesforce for 6 months. They've bypassed this, I don't want to say requirement, but this simple acknowledgement of saying, hey, you should probably do this for 6 or more months in order to take this test. Because if you have an admin and you haven't done anything within Salesforce yet, you don't really have the experience. So a lot of companies are going to be like, okay, that's great, you have the admin cert, but that doesn't mean you actually know how to be an admin. The next thing I'd like to point out is, does your experience match or equal what the job is asking? Most are asking for at least 1 year, especially for entry level. They're asking for 1 year of Salesforce experience. If you don't have that, you're probably going to get kicked out the door right away, even if you have a Salesforce certification, just because you don't have the experience. Experience right now is the key game changer. Certifications are only a nice little add-on. They don't prove that you have the experience, they just prove that you know how to pass the test. Also, where do you live? Just remember, not all jobs are remote. Also, some jobs are only available in select areas. The one I currently work for, you can only live in the United States in order to have a job. Just remember, some jobs are only available in select areas. For instance, the company may only operate in the United States, so therefore you can only live in the United States in order to work for that company. Just be mindful of those types of things, because that does come up a lot. Some companies can't hire people out of other countries just because they're not prepared or ready for those types of investments. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. I do produce Salesforce tips every week. What was your last job or industry? Are you working at Salesforce? And when I say are you working at Salesforce, you can also be end user. You have experience in the industry where the admin job is. So if you want to get a job and let's say that they're doing healthcare, do you have any healthcare experience? Or if you're going into a different area, do you have any experience in the area that the company works and operates? So if you don't have any experience in that, that's also detrimental to you, because you now have to pick up knowledge for the industry and also prove that you know Salesforce. If you already know Salesforce, you can pick up that company knowledge probably a little bit easier than trying to do both at the same time. Let's say you checked off all those boxes. Just remember, there are a lot of people looking for jobs. Some have better credentials than you. They have more experience than you. You could also be lacking other skills like soft skills or that personal drive to fulfill the job. You may have everything checked off, but maybe you're just not that person that company is looking for. So probably good for you, good for them as well. You may be wondering, how do I get more experience? You can always volunteer at a nonprofit or just volunteer in general. You can be a champion of Salesforce at your company. So let's say you already have Salesforce and you're an end user, but you want to prove that you know more about Salesforce and you want to be more involved in it. Talk to the admin, try to be a champion of your division, point out all the new advancements. That way you gain more knowledge and experience, and you maybe can get additional privileges in your org to move along and gain some of that experience that you're looking for. Build out some things in a Salesforce dev org, just in Trailhead in general. Build out something that's practical to you, that you can show that you know how to build something, that you can apply a use case for something to build it out. Help out in the Trailblazer community. There's tons of questions and posts. Prove your knowledge and expertise on how to solve things out there. Check out your local Trailblazer community group. You may be surprised how many people are looking for opportunities. That's also where you can maybe find some volunteer opportunities. Maybe you find a company that you can talk with them more one-on-one on, and you can pick up some valuable skills there as well. Look for those internships or entry-level positions that do match your requirements. They may not be as high as pay as you're expecting, but they'll get you the experience you need. Then you can potentially move up in that organization or move on to another one if need be. Hopefully all these tips are helpful, and if you like it, please like and subscribe. Thanks for coming, and I'll see you next time.